Live from Los Angeles and E3, it's the 1999 Interactive Achievement Awards, presented by the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences. Featuring 6-time champion of the world, Sugar Ray Leonard, Legend of Zelda and Super Mario creator, Shigeru Miyamoto, television's Bruno Campos and Kelly Hu, Hall of Fame award winner, Sid Meier, from Comedy Central, Ben Stein, the creator of Populous, Peter Molyneux, and Bruce Shelley, creator of Age of Empires. CelebritySightings.com advice columnist and Wonder Year star, Danica McKellar. Home Improvements, Zachary Ty Bryan, and the nannies, Nicole Tom. The Fat Man, George Sanger, and director Chris Roberts. The creator of Earthworm Jim, David Perry. The creator of Falcon, Gilman Louie. And from the TV series Seventh Heaven, David Gallagher. And Grammy Award-winning multi-platinum recording artist and actor, Coolio. Welcome to the 1999 Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences Achievement Awards Show, presented with the support of Microsoft, Intel, Games Business, and Imagine Media. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences, Jim Charney.
On behalf of the membership and the Board of Directors of the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences, welcome to this second annual presentation of the Interactive Achievement Awards. All of us gathered here tonight should take pride in the fact that ours is an incredibly broad and diverse industry, broad and diverse, that is, in the skills and imaginations of tremendously creative and dedicated men and women. It is an industry full of products that entertain, inform, teach, and delight every age group and demographic, from families, grandmas and grandpas, baby boomers, Gen Xers, Gen Yers, children, infants, and everyone in between. Last week, the LA Times quoted industry figures which set 1998 sales of interactive entertainment at $6.3 billion. That's billion with a B. Over 300 and... I agree with that. Over 330 of these wonderful products from more than 60 companies were nominated to compete for the 30 Content and Craft Awards to be presented tonight. It is appropriate that we present our Interactive Academy Awards in Los Angeles, the worldwide center of the entertainment industry. As interactive content continues to grow as a market segment, and as the broader entertainment industry moves toward digital delivery and convergence, our role in entertaining, educating, and informing the public will increase in both scope and importance. When we showcase our best here in Los Angeles, we are establishing a standard for 21st century entertainment that will bring us across the threshold into the third millennium. It's also appropriate that the Academy's first steps in sharing its awards show with a worldwide audience should be over the internet. Tonight's program is webcast through the efforts of Next Generation Online and hosted by Chris Charla, Editor-in-Chief of Next Generation, and by Gary Whitta, Editor-in-Chief of PC Gamer. Chris and Gary are in the booth to my left. and I can't think of more capable hands in which to place this responsibility. Before we begin this evening, I would like to acknowledge the wonderful support this event is receiving from some of the most important names in technology and new media: Intel, Microsoft, Imagine Media and Games Business. When market leaders such as these join the Academy as supporters of the annual awards program, it sends a strong message about the importance of our mission and the Academy's annual awards program. Equally important, I must acknowledge the efforts of Jameson Gold Interactive Agency, who produces the Academy's website and manages the incredibly complex online voting system. Also, STV Communications, who provided facilities and staff to produce the wonderful finalist video segments you will see here tonight. And Killer Tracks, who contributed music for our program tonight. I must also thank our presenters, Hollywood television and professional sports celebrities, as well as superstars from our very own industry who join us here tonight as game players and as fans to honor excellence in our interactive field. These presenters, celebrities, and companies have all come to bat for the Academy and for the Interactive Achievement Awards and deserve the recognition and appreciation of our industry. Lastly, I must thank the Interactive Digital Software Association, its chairman Howard Lincoln, past chair Larry Probst, and President Douglas Lowenstein for their tireless support of the Academy, as well as PricewaterhouseCoopers for overseeing the Academy's voting system and certifying our results. In 1998, the Academy began its own wonderful tradition when it presented the first Interactive Achievement Awards. In 1999, we are committed not only to make these awards a celebration of the finest talent of our industry, but also the most glamorous and entertaining for our audience. And we will still work hard to get everyone out of here on time for dinner reservations and parties. But enough with formalities. Enough with formalities. To get the evening started, I would like to introduce our first award presenters. Leading the way from Austin, Texas, the composer of the score for Wing Commander 1 and 2, the Fat Man, George Sanger, and the creator of Wing Commander, the computer game, and director of Wing Commander, the motion picture, Chris Roberts.
Good evening, everybody. The Academy has asked us to present awards in several craft categories. One tradition which is merged at the Interactive Achievement Awards is that the craft categories are presented first.
This is because the Academy, as an institution, speaks to craft, to the tremendous individual and team creative and technical efforts required to create the interactive software we all love.
Hey, it's my turn. And I can even read back there, too.
You can all turn around and go with it.
The importance of, well, it's good, you know, you have computer screens and you sort of lose your sight really easily. The importance of craft is one unifying element across all segments of the entertainment industry. As a game designer and someone who dabbles in films, I see over and over again the fundamental importance of art direction, design, music, engineering, and design in taking an idea and making it into a product that touches the hearts and minds of an audience.
Without craft, there is nothing. Oh, there's more. Only plastic and silicon. Without the efforts of the individuals and teams we are here to honor as craft finalists and award recipients, the wonderful products to which they contribute their long hours, hearts, and souls would be much less.
Hey, maybe I can try and freak the teleprompter person out too. The first award to be presented this evening is in the category of Outstanding Achievement in Interactive Design. And the finalists are
Team Pokemon for DMG Pokemon, published by Nintendo, developed by Creatures Inc. and Game Freak Inc. Team Half-Life for Half-Life, published by Sierra Studios, developed by Valve. Hideo Kojima for Metal Gear Solid, published by Konami, developed by Konami. Brian Reynolds for Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri, published by Electronic Arts, developed by Firaxis Games. Team Zelda for Zelda Ocarina of Time, published by Nintendo, developed by Nintendo.
And the award goes to Outstanding Achievement in Interactive Design is for Team Zelda and the Legend of Zelda.
Accepting the award for Team Zelda will be Shigeru Miyamoto.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for playing our game and about our game. Thank you.
What an honor. The next award to be presented is in the category of Outstanding Achievement in Software Engineering. The finalists are
Team Half-Life for Half-Life. Hideo Kojima for Metal Gear Solid. Mark DeSimone for Motocross Madness, published by Microsoft, developed by Rainbow Studios. Iguana Entertainment, Texas, for NFL Quarterback Club 99, published by Acclaim, developed by Iguana. Team Zelda for Zelda Ocarina of Time.
And the Interactive Achievement Award goes to Team Zelda for The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Accepting the award for Team Zelda will be Shigeru Miyamoto.
All right, the next award to be presented is in the category of Outstanding Achievement in Character or Story Development. Personal favorite of mine. The award finalists are
Team Pokemon for DMG Pokemon. Tim Schafer and team for Grim Fandango, published by LucasArts, developed by LucasArts. Team Half-Life for Half-Life. Team Mask for King's Quest, Mask of Eternity, published by Sierra Studios, developed by Sierra Studios. Hideo Kojima for Metal Gear Solid. Team Sanitarium for Sanitarium, published by ASC Games, developed by Dreamforge Entertainment. Greg Roach, Richard Dowdy, and Frank Spotnitz for the X-Files game, published by Fox Interactive, developed by Hyperbole Studios. Team Zelda for Zelda Ocarina of Time.
And the award goes to Team Pokemon for DGM Pokemon.
Accepting the award for Team Pokemon will be Gail Tillman for Nintendo, Creatures, and Game Freak. Gail Tillman could not be here, Also accepting the award for her will be Chris Roberts.
Oh, she is here.
I'll travel across the land, searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside.
Well, thank you very much. I'm happy to be keeper of the Pokemon craze for Nintendo, but this award is really to Mr. Tajiri of Game Freak and Mr. Shihara of Creatures. Thanks.
The next award will be presented in a category which it says here is near and dear to my heart. Page 2. We all remember the early days. We all remember the early days of computers and video game systems where a soundtrack consisted of a few off-pitch beeps and blips. Today, games come with full interactive music scores which enhance the richness of the game-playing experience. In an interactive product, it's the player, not the writer or the director or the composer, who decides how the story plays out. And the interactive composer must be able to accommodate that very big variable. That's why the Academy recognizes our craft with an award for outstanding achievement in sound and music. The finalists are
Peter McConnell and team for Grim Fandango. Heart of Darkness sound team for Heart of Darkness, published by Interplay, developed by Amazing Studio. Don Becker for Road Rash 3D, published by Electronic Arts, developed by Electronic Arts. Tommy Tallarico for Wild 9, published by Interplay, developed by Shiny Entertainment.
Oh boy. And the award goes to Don Vecca for Road Rash 3D.
Accepting the award for Don Becker will be Richard Hilleman of Electronic Arts.
Actually, it's kind of funny. These two guys are, oh, never mind. I have one little piece of information. In addition to Don Becker, there was a guy named Dave O'Neill who had a lot to do with how great this product is. And so I want to make sure we get it to him and Murray Allen and all the other guys at the EA sound team. Thanks a lot.
Rich. You have another award.
And I should go, bro.
All right, the final Craft Award is in the category of Outstanding Achievement in Art and Graphics. Finalists are
Team Banjo-Kazooie for Banjo-Kazooie, published by Nintendo, developed by Rare. Tim Schafer and team for Grim Fandango. Team Half-Life for Half-Life. Insomniac Games for Spyro the Dragon, published by Sony, developed by Insomniac Games.
Aha. And the award goes to Team Banjo-Kazooie for Banjo-Kazooie.
Accepting the award for Banjo-Kazooie will be Chris Stamper of Rare.
Thank you very much. Thanks to all the guys back home in England. You did a wonderful job. Thanks, guys.
Please welcome 1976 Olympic gold medalist and 6-time champion of the world, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Thank you so much. Good evening. Playing sports, fighting, racing games takes a lot of the same physical and mental discipline as competing in these events. For example, you must study the game, learn all you can about your opponent, practice for hours each day, achieve a mental and physical toughness, and then accept no less than of yourself than total victory. And the same can also be said of the finalists in the sports, fighting, and racing categories. These games compete in the most crowded and competitive arena of gaming. These finalists have risen to the top of their categories by understanding the player and analyzing the competition, then executing perfectly to realize the objective of domination. While only one title in each category will walk away tonight with the award, each has proven itself to be a tough competitor and a winner to game fans around the world. In the category of Console Sports Game of the Year, the finalists are
1080 Snowboarding, published by Nintendo, developed by Nintendo Company Limited. Hot Shots Golf, published by Sony, developed by Sony. Kobe Bryant and NBA Courtside, published by Nintendo, developed by Left Field Productions. NFL Blitz, published by Midway Home Entertainment, developed by Midway Games. NFL Quarterback Club 99.
And the award goes to 1080 Snowboarding.
Accepting the award for 1080 Snowboarding will be Shigeru Miyamoto.
Thanks a lot again. I would like to say thank you on behalf of Mr. Giles Goddard, who programmed this game. Thank you very much.
The next award to be presented is in the category of Console Racing Game of the Year. The finalists for this award are
Extreme G2, published by Acclaim, developed by Probe. F-Zero-X, published by Nintendo, developed by Nintendo Company Limited. Gran Turismo, published by Sony, developed by Polyphony Digital. Need for Speed 3, Hot Pursuit, published by Electronic Arts, developed by Electronic Arts Canada.
And the award goes to, give me 1 second here. This is pretty tough. Gran Turismo.
Accepting the award for Gran Turismo will be Kazunori Yamachi, Polyphony Digital Inc.
Thank you. I didn't expect that my product would become so popular in the United States. I'm very happy. Thank you.
The next award is in the category of Console Fighting Game of the Year. The finalists are
Bushido Blade 2, published by Square Electronic Arts, developed by Square Soft. WCW NWO Revenge, published by THQ, developed by Asmik of Japan. WWF Warzone for the Nintendo 64, published by Acclaim, developed by Iguana West. WWF Warzone for the Sony PlayStation, published by Acclaim, developed by Iguana West.
And the award goes to WCW NWO Revenge.
Accepting the award for WCW NWO Revenge will be Brian Farrell of THQ and Mr. Kai of Asmic Ace Entertainment.
First of all, we'd very much like to thank the people at Asmic Ace and the people who actually worked on the game, Aki Corporation, whose work is evident in the game, and our own internal creative staff headed by Steve Rhino, Dave Hoffman, and Sanders Keel, who helped WCWize the entire project. Thank you very much.
Sorry, just a minute. Thank you very much. Thank you for everyone. Thank you.
The final award I will present is in the category of Computer Sports Game of the Year. The finalists are
FIFA 99, published by Electronic Arts, developed by Electronic Arts Canada. Lynx LS 1999, published by Access, developed by Access. Madden 99, published by Electronic Arts, developed by Electronic Arts. Motocross Madness, published by Microsoft, developed by Rainbow Studios. NASCAR Revolution, published by Electronic Arts, developed by Electronic Arts.
and the award goes to FIFA 99. FIFA 99.
Accepting the award for FIFA 99 will be Mark Obanel of Electronic Arts Canada.
On behalf of Mark and an outstanding team back in Canada, thank you very much for this recognition. Thank you. And Bruce McMillan.
I just want to thank the FIFA team. They delivered 3 of these this year, and they're tired, but they did great this one. Thank you very much.
Please welcome the Chief Creative Officer of Hasbro Interactive and creator of Falcon Air Combat Simulator, Gilman Chopstick Louie, and from the WB Series 7th Heaven, David Gallagher.
The final award to be presented later this evening is for the prestigious Game of the Year. This award will go to one game, regardless of platform, which the voting membership of the Academy recognizes as the top interactive Game of the Year. Throughout the evening, each of the finalists for Game of the Year will be profiled for your consideration.
The first finalist for Game of the Year is an epic science fiction strategy game from the creator of Civilization 1 and 2, Railroad Tycoon, and Gettysburg. This same game takes you on a journey to another planet where you explore new territories, establish colonies, and use diplomacy, war, or commerce to deal with other societies. In describing this game, Newsweek magazine said that with superior story and gameplay, its developer has again set the gold standard for strategy. The first finalist for Game of the Year from Firaxis Game and Electronic Arts is Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri.
Sid Meier has said in the past that his idea of what is a good game is a series of interesting decisions. Not only is it the case that everything that happens in that game is an interesting decision, but they go beyond that, right? They have this overwhelming kind of sense that you are creating a future society.
It is currently the highest rated game that we here at PC Gamer have ever given a rating to.
Every single factor that you could possibly think of that would influence the development of the future society is there. You got to worry about diplomacy. You have to worry about building technology. You have to worry about finding resources and finding out what those resources are even good for. Nobody does it as well as Sid, and my hat's always been off to him. And he's given me an awful lot of really, really amazing challenges over the years. And if he's watching this, I'd like to thank him personally.
The computer is uniquely suited to deliver a simulation game experience. As systems have gotten more powerful, these games have become more and more realistic. Still, designing a simulation is really like placing a round peg into a square hole. For as realistically as the computer may be able to recreate the experience, you must still deal with a small monitor rather than a 360-degree field of vision, a keyboard and a controller rather than a steering wheel, flight stick, or other special controls. The best simulations rise above any limitations to deliver accurate gameplay experiences, and that is what we are here to recognize tonight. In the category of Simulation Game of the Year, the finalists are
Descent, Free Space, The Great War, published by Interplay Productions, developed by Volition. Independence War, published by Infogrames, developed by Particle Systems. Jane's World War II Fighters, published by Electronic Arts, developed by Electronic Arts. Need for Speed 3, Hot Pursuit. Total Air War, published by Infogrames, developed by Digital Image Design.
All right, let's do this together, shall we? All right. Okay. It's not as easy as it looks. PC Simulation Game of the Year. The award goes to
Need for Speed 3, Hot Pursuit.
Accepting the award for Need for Speed 3, Hot Pursuit will be Richard Hillman of Electronic Arts.
I'm not Rich Hilleman. But on behalf of our Seattle studio and the folks in Vancouver, again, that helped, thank you very much. Thank you.
Adventure games are one of the most popular categories of computer games. In the best adventure games, in order to advance toward a goal, players must use their wits to solve puzzles and collect resources and information, and then make good use of all of it. In the category of PC Adventure Game of the Year, finalists are
Dark Side of the Moon, published by South Peak Interactive, developed by South Peak Interactive. Douglas Adams' Starship Titanic, published by Simon & Schuster Interactive, developed by the Digital Village. Grim Fandango, King's Quest, Mask of Eternity. Sanitarium. The X-Files game.
Okay, looks like we got the envelope here, and see if I can do this without cutting my finger.
It's your turn to open it now.
Okay, here we go. PC Game of the Year. The award goes to
Grim Fandango.
Accepting the award for Grim Fandango will be Tim Schafer of LucasArts Entertainment.
Thanks, you guys. That's awesome. On behalf of the team and everybody at LucasArts, I'd like to just say thanks. It's a great honor, and thanks a lot.
Please welcome the Director, Entertainment and Education Content Group for Intel Corporation, Tom Galvin, and Executive Director, Interactive Entertainment Programming for America Online, Lawrence Schick.
What would an awards show be without a very special space combat flight game? Well, the second finalist for Game of the Year is just that, but much, much more. Mission-oriented, but with arcade-style flair, intense dogfighting, addictive gameplay, tremendous special effects, a killer musical score by John Williams, and a pedigree that includes LucasArts' Star Wars universe, the second finalist for the Game of the Year, developed by LucasArts and Factor 5, Star Wars Rogue Squadron, for the N64 system.
It's exactly the kind of game everybody's always wanted to play when they jump into a snow speeder. You know, you want to be able to trip up walkers. You want to be able to blow up, you know, departing spaceships. You want to skim over the surface and shoot down troopers and blow up buildings and chat with all of your rebel buddies. And it's just a very, you know, all-encompassing experience. It's really what everybody just thinks of when they think of being in a Star Wars film.
One of the cool things about the game is that a lot of the missions have sort of two ways to get through them. You can either kind of go through by brute force and pound your way through and you may get slaughtered, or you can kind of sneak around and go around. And so there's multiple ways to solve the missions, and that's something that's pretty fun.
The Academy's mission is to recognize and honor both the art and science of technology. Ever-improving technology makes possible greater levels of artistic expression in software. Nowhere has more powerful technology resulted in enhanced artistic opportunities than in online gaming.
In 1998, the Academy presented one award for Online Game of the Year. As this area has grown, as the internet use increases, as technology for delivering the game-playing experience improves, and as audiences for online games have grown, the Academy has established 3 categories for online games.
In the category of Online Action Strategy Game of the Year, the finalists are
Air Warrior 3, published by Ares Online Games, developed by Kesmai Studios. Cyberstrike 2, published by Simutronics, developed by Simutronics. Star Siege Tribes, published by Sierra Online, developed by Dynamics.
And the award goes to Star Siege Tribes.
Accepting the award for Star Siege Tribes will be Dave Dranutsky of Sierra Studios.
Just like to thank everybody and thank the people at Dynamics for really bringing something new to the online gaming environment. And we think you're really going to like Tribes too. Hope to see you next year. Thanks.
In the category of Online Role-Playing Game of the Year, the finalists are
Dragon Realms, Maritime Expansion, published by Simutronics, developed by Simutronics. Meridian 59, Dark Auspices, published by the 3DO Company, developed by the 3DO Company. Ultima Online, The Second Age, published by Electronic Arts, developed by Origin Systems.
And the award goes to Ultima Online, The Second Age.
Accepting the award for Ultima Online, The Second Age, will be Richard Hillerman of Electronic Arts and Rich Vogel of Origin Systems.
Wow, this is quite an honor. Thank you very much for it. It takes a lot of people to do a massively multiplayer game like Ultima Online and running it. And this award really is all their efforts. It's been quite a year with this game, and the second age was the pushing the envelope further, making it with the auto translator involved in the game to make it internationalized so anybody can talk to anybody else and they would understand what they're saying. And there's been a lot of achievements, and it's a growing universe, as we call a virtual world, and we're very excited about our plans in online universe, and we hope to continue pushing the envelope even further. Thank you.
The final Online Game Award is for Online Family Board Game of the Year. The finalists in this category are
Multiplayer Jeopardy! Online, published by Sony Online Entertainment, developed by Sony Online Entertainment. Multiplayer Wheel of Fortune Online, published by Sony Online Entertainment, developed by Sony Online Entertainment. The Game of Life, published by Hasbro, developed by Mass Media. What's the Big Idea? Published by Berkeley Systems, developed by Berkeley Systems.
And this year's award goes to, I'm sorry to inform you, it's a tie between Multiplayer Jeopardy! Online and What's the Big Idea?
Accepting the award for Multiplayer Jeopardy! Online will be Robert Pfister of Sony Online Entertainment. And accepting the award for What's the Big Idea will be Steve Wiley of Berkeley Systems.
I'm Steve Wiley. This is Issa Stamos, the producer of What's the Big Idea. Just like to thank Berkeley Systems, Sierra, OneNet, and the entire team that did What's the Big Idea. Thank you very much.
Go berserk.
Please welcome from ABC TV's Home Improvement, Zachary Ty Bryan, and from CBC TV's The Nanny, Nicole Tom.
Video games have been a part of my life since I was 7 years old. In my house, game playing is a family activity between me and my dad. In fact, he doesn't want to admit this, but I can always beat him in John Madden Football 99. It's amazing to be here tonight to be able to attend the awards in E3, because I'm a fan and a game player.
Well, for me and my generation, video and computer games have always been as much of an entertainment choice as movies, television, and music. It's hard to imagine how people got along before computers. It's any computer application that is more interesting than games. It's hard for me to imagine how I got along before Zelda. It's true!
We're here all week, folks. Try the deal. Role-playing games tap into fantasy and imagination by allowing a player to create a character and then to be that character in a virtual environment. Just like playing a character in a television series or a motion picture, role-playing games let you become someone else and to live the life under a different set of rules. In the category of console role-playing game of the year, the finalists are
DMG Pokemon, Panzer Dragoon Saga, published by Sega, developed by Sega. Parasite Eve, published by Square Electronic Arts, developed by Squaresoft. Zelda, Ocarina of Time.
And the award goes to... Give me a couple seconds. The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time.
Accepting the award for Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time will be Shigeru Miyamoto.
I'm sorry. Because of my prior English ability, all I can say is thank you. Thank you very much.
Sorry. In the category of computer role-playing game of the year, the finalists are
Baldur's Gate, published by Interplay Productions, developed by BioWare. Fallout 2, published by Interplay Productions, developed by Black Isle Studios. Might and Magic 6, published by the 3DO Company, developed by the 3DO Company and New World Computing. Return to Krondor, published by Sierra Studios, developed by Pyrotechnics.
And the award goes to Baldur's Gate.
Accepting the award for Baldur's Gate will be Phil Adam of Interplay Productions and Ray Muzica of BioWare Corporation.
It's been a great year for Baldur's Gate. I'd like to thank Ray Muzica and Team BioWare and Wizards of the Coast, TSR, for their great content.
Thanks, Phil. I guess I just want to start by thanking all the other nominees because I think they're an inspiration to us at BioWare and also all the great RPGs in the past. We're all huge RPG fans. We love RPGs, so this award really means a lot to us. Also, I'd like to thank the great team at BioWare. I think I have some of the best employees in the world, and I think they really came through with Baldur's Gate, and I'd like to thank them a lot. The third group of people I want to thank is our publisher, Black Isle Interplay, especially Chris Parker, who is my co-producer down there. I think he contributed a lot to the game design. He did a great job, and thank you very much. This award means a lot. Thank you.
Please welcome the president and founder of Shiny Entertainment, David Perry.
Every once in a while, a game comes along that forces you to redefine what video games are all about. Our next game of the year finalist is espionage thriller that rewards players for stealth and cunning rather than for going head-to-head with as many enemies as possible. With anti-war theme, a script of epic proportions, great graphics, and a phenomenal soundtrack, this is truly a cinematic experience that you're not only going to be part of, but fully immersed in. Developed by Konami Computer Entertainment of Japan for the Sony PlayStation, and published by Konami, our third finalist for Game of the Year is Metal Gear Solid.
Welcome, Cossack. This is the end of the road for you.
That's one of the game's really strong points is its story. It's very detailed. There's lots of different subplots going on. There's a lot of twists and turns. I mean, if this was a movie, you know, I'd pay to go see it.
This is a top secret black op. Don't expect any official support. Snakes don't belong in Alaska.
Everything in the game gives you a sensation of being a part of the story, of being this character in this world.
Wait!
You're playing this game and it really feels like you're playing a role in a movie.
He's alive. You're the Arms Tech president, Kenneth Baker, right? What's wrong?
Don't come here, Snake!
The game does manage to take the very melodramatic sense of the Hollywood action cinema and bring it to games, but it does that through superb design.
All right, so I'm here tonight to present the awards in two of the most popular categories of console games. Every year, competition for game players' attention in the console action and console adventure categories drives up the bar in terms of what players expect from the very best games. More powerful systems deliver better graphics, better sounds, and in the best games, better gameplay. Tonight, we will honor 2 titles from among 2 groups of finalists that deliver in all of these areas. Finalists in the category of Console Action Game of the Year are
Banjo-Kazooie, Metal Gear Solid, Parasite Eve, Spyro the Dragon, Tenchu Stealth Assassins, published by Activision, developed by Sony Music Entertainment Japan.
All right, let's see who the award goes to. Console Action of the Year goes to Banjo and Kazooie. Good job, Rare.
Accepting the award for Banjo-Kazooie will be Chris Stamper of Rare.
Once again, thank you very much. It's always wonderful to work with very young and talented people. We have some fabulous artists and engineers and musicians at Rare, so I'd just like to say thank you very much. It's a pleasure to work with you. Thanks, guys.
Okay, and the finalists in the category of Console Adventure Game of the Year are
Banjo-Kazooie, Medieval, published by Sony, developed by Sony. Oddworld, AIDS Exodus, published by GT Interactive, developed by Oddworld Inhabitants. Zelda, Ocarina of Time.
Okay, and the award goes to it's Zelda, Ocarina of Time.
And accepting the award for Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time will be Shigeru Miyamoto.
Thank you very much. I'm very lucky, man.
I hope he brought a big suitcase this evening.
I'm very lucky to meet with many talented people and work on N64. Thank you very much.
Please welcome from the Wonder Years and currently celebrity advice columnist for CelebritySightings.com, Danica McKellar.
The 4th finalist for Game of the Year stars a big, goofy honey bear who wears tight yellow shorts and carries around a raucous red-crested beagle in his bright blue backpack. Developed by Rare, this game takes the classic item collecting formula from Super Mario 64 and pumps it full of steroids. With 10 giant worlds, over 1,000 items to find, unforgettable characters, challenging puzzles, and charming gameplay, our 4th finalist for Game of the Year from Nintendo for N64 is Banjo-Kazooie.
The game is constantly reinventing itself throughout its gameplay, and you're always finding new challenges. You're always finding new parts to it.
When you have a game that has beautiful controls and nice humor and the puzzles are cleverly designed and stuff like that, and all those things come together to form a game that's just a real enjoyable treat to play. So it challenges the player to be creative and to think of new ways of doing things, and I think those are the best kinds of games.
Now, when people aren't using computers to play games, there are other useful things these machines can do. In the last few years, the internet has grown to be a new medium for communication, entertainment, and education. Internet pioneers have evolved into media moguls as services and URLs like CelebritySightings.com build audiences and loyalty. I graduated from UCLA with a degree in mathematics, and at CelebritySightings.com, I have an educational advice column where I help students better cope with issues in the school environment. I also answer math questions. The internet audience continues to grow every day as more and more people discover the world that is available online. Tonight, the Academy will recognize excellence in the areas of online entertainment and news information. In the category of online news information side of the year, the finalists are
CNN.com, published by CNN Interactive, developed by CNN Interactive. CNN.com Cold War, published by CNN Interactive, developed by CNN Interactive. GameSpot.com, published by ZDNet, a division of Ziff Davis. Newsweek.com, published by Washington Post.Newsweek Interactive, developed by Washington Post.Newsweek Interactive. Metromix.com, published by Chicago Tribune Interactive Media, developed by Juliana Cole. The New York Times on the web, published by the New York Times Electronic Media, developed by the New York Times Electronic Media. The Wall Street Journal Interactive Edition, published by Dow Jones, developed by Dow Jones.
And the award goes to CNN.com Cold War.
Accepting the award for CNN.com Cold War will be Veronica McGregor of CNN.
Wow, this is amazing, and I can't take any credit for it, but there are a lot of people working on the CNN Interactive Cold War team in Atlanta right now, really waiting to find out if they won this. So thank you very much. This is very exciting for all of them. Thanks.
Online entertainment can take many forms. For purposes of the Interactive Achievement Awards, the Academy defines an entertainment site as one that exists solely for the purpose of delivering content to end users, and not as promotional or marketing vehicles. In the category of online entertainment site of the year, the finalists are
Comedy Central Online, published by Comedy Central, developed by Comedy Central. GameSpot, published by ZDNet, a division of Ziff Davis, developed by ZDNet. MSN Gaming Zone, published by Microsoft, developed by Microsoft. Uproar.com, published by EPUB, developed by EPUB.
And the award goes to GameSpot.
Accepting the award for GameSpot will be Vince Brody of GameSpot.
Well, I guess I won't get in trouble for missing the Ziff Davis party. I want to thank my partners, the ingenious Pete Deemer and the illustrious John Epstein, and ZDNet and SoftBank. Thank you very much.
Please welcome the Managing Director of Argonaut Software Limited, Jez Sand.
The fifth finalist for Game of the Year was one of the most anticipated titles of 1998. We follow a boy destined to save the world, first as a child and then as a young adult, thanks to a magical musical instrument that allows us to travel through time. With puzzles, secrets, enemies, and characters that have completely enthralled players around the globe, this finalist is a true masterpiece, and no wonder, designed by Shigeru Miyamoto of the 1998 Academy Hall of Fame Award. Yes. Developed by Nintendo Company Limited and published by Nintendo for the N64, the 5th finalist for Game of the Year, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
You've got everything you want in there. You've got action, you've got atmosphere, you've got immersion with this incredible 3D reality, and you've got plot and character, storyline. You've got everything you could want in a video game in one place, and that's what makes it so great.
The angles is like you have Scorsese directing this thing with different shots, and he's riding a horse, and he's doing this, and that monster's coming up, and it's unlike any other video game that I've seen before. It really has brought it to a whole nother level. It's unlike any other video game you see.
Playing The Legend of Zelda is almost like reading a good book. You can't put it down. You want to get to the end to find out how it all turns out.
Developers would come to me worried about their deadlines. They say, well, I don't know if we're going to finish our game on time. I'd ask why, and the reason why is they're all playing Zelda 64 rather than working on the game they're supposed to be getting done. It's the game that is throwing every other game off of its development schedule.
The final console award of the evening is Console Game of the Year. This is an overall award given to the game which is selected by the Academy voting membership to be the one which stands above all others released during the award period. I will not read out a list of nominees because all console games that were finalists in all console categories are finalists for this award. The Console Game of the Year award Do I need to open this envelope? The Console Game of the Year, the award goes to The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Accepting the award for Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time will be Shigeru Miyamoto.
Thank you very much again. Thank you, Jess. And everyone, thank you very much.
Please welcome the recipient of the 1998 Academy Hall of Fame Award, Shigeru Miyamoto of Nintendo.
I shortcutted my route. I'm very nervous. The Board of Directors of the Academy of Interactive Arts and Science has established the Interactive Hall of Fame Award to honor extraordinary men and women who have made the most groundbreaking contributions to interactive entertainment. For example, pioneering a new kind of game, influencing other designers and products, demonstrating the highest level of creativity or consistent product success. This month, the Academy announced the 1999 recipient of the Hall of Fame Award, Sid Meier, of Praxis Software. Mr. Meyer has shown repeatedly that he is most deserving recipient because he meets every criteria. He created the first successful home flight simulator game with F-19, He created the so-called God game with Civilization, then became a leader in real-time strategy game with Pirates, Sid Meier's Railroad Tycoon, and Sid Meier's Gettysburg, and his current hit, Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. Each of these games has been recognized for excellence and innovation, and in its own way has broadened the audience for interactive entertainment. Let's take a look at Sido's career.
Well, Sid Meier is probably the smartest person I've ever actually worked with.
I mean, I would have said a genius, but, you know, I think that's a little too restrictive in a way.
Working with Sid was like going to Game Design University. He ponders the theory of game design as well as the practice.
Sid is the best blank sheet of paper designer I know.
Above all else, he represents the player, and you can really tell this guy plays games a lot.
He was one of the few people whose products became associated with the creator immediately.
I think I've always been interested in games. Even when I was a kid, I would play board games and card games and make a gigantic mess on my living room floor. So games have always appealed to me as a way of kind of going places and doing things that you can't do in real life. I studied computers in college, and when computer games came around, it's kind of a natural thing that I would combine my hobby, which was games, with my profession, which was computers. And I just started writing games in the very early days of computer gaming, and it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, and other people started playing them, and the rest is history.
Well, Pirates was way ahead of its time. When Pirates came out, you know, the combination of action, adventure, and strategy within the same game, you know, was not thought of. So in that sense, Sid was, you know, 5 to 10 years ahead of his time.
Sid's games are in a word, very deep. There's layer upon layer of gameplay texture, if you will, where, you know, if you just scratch the surface, you can play at that level and get a lot of enjoyment out of it. But you always have this sense that there's something more there.
Sid always comes up with these topics which are huge topics, like civilization, or, you know, the birth of industry in America and Railroad Tycoon, or, you know, the idea of pirates, and somehow makes the whole topic accessible to your average guy.
I think the hallmark of a good game is that the player feels that he is the star of the game. He controls what happens. The game revolves around the player's decisions, the player's actions, the player's desires, and how the player wants to play the game.
I remember, like, probably the second or third game of it I played, you know, I'd finally got the hang of the thing, and I was sitting there and I was just kicking everybody's butt in the game. And I thought, oh, you know, I'm going to dominate the world. And then all of a sudden I come across the Zulus, and it turns out the Zulus have atomic technology or something, and they kicked my butt. And one thing about Sid is he's not a slave to fashion. So when all the other games were going to real-time strategy, you know, you would have expected somebody like Sid to, you know, go that route because everybody else was. But in fact, no, he stuck with the turn-based. And there's something about turn-based games that's eminently appealing, and the fact that you're in control of the time flow, and it's more like playing a game of chess.
We named Civilization the best game of all time 3 years ago on our 15th anniversary of publishing Computer Gaming World. Civilization is an incredible watershed in gaming history, and if we had to redo the list today, I really believe Civilization would still be at the top of the heap.
I remember working on Railroad Tycoon. We took a couple full-day field trips. The team, basically the three of us, were working on the game. Left work in the morning and went off and rode steam railroads, or went to railroad museums, went to Smithsonian. Spent the day immersing ourselves in railroad stuff. And you come back from a day like that, you know, you had a sort of a day off, a fun day, and but at the same time, you're all pumped with railroad stuff and ready to go back to work. A number of things stand out working with Sid. And one of the key things was he worked very hard to make game development fun.
I think one of the great things about this industry is that as designers, we're not competing with each other, but we're inspiring each other. A lot of times I'll look at a game and say, hey, that's a great idea. I'll borrow that idea in my next game. We all really encourage, inspire, and support each other in this industry. I think that's very special.
The Academy of Interactive Arts and Science and I myself are very pleased to award the 1999 Academy Hall of Fame Award to Sid Meier. Please welcome Sid Meier to the stage.
Tonight that I am very fortunate that the same person can't win the Hall of Fame award 2 years in a row. As you can see, I've been privileged to work with and share ideas with some of the greatest names in the computer business. I want to thank Will and Richard and Andy and Bruce and my partners at Firaxis, Brian and Jeff, for their kind words in that video. I've been fortunate to work with many of the most talented people in the industry over my career, and I'd like to thank them tonight. I've been writing computer games for over 15 years, and although I like to think of myself as a wild and crazy guy, once in a while I hear myself referred to as the grandfather of computer gaming. And so I think that entitles me to kind of talk for a minute about where we've been and where we're going. When I started in the computer business, computer games were about blowing up invaders from outer space, or blowing up asteroids, or blowing up little pieces of asteroids that you've just blown up, or blowing up all sorts of different things. But today, computer games explore the whole range of human emotions. You can build or you can destroy. Computer games teach you things about the world or things about yourself, and they can take you to amazing times and places. But these days, we're kind of caught in the glare of publicity, and we're asked some pretty difficult questions. We can say, it's only a game, or it's just fantasy, but I think we have a lot more to offer than those simple answers to these questions. As computer game designers and developers, we have an opportunity to speak to an audience of millions of people. We have an opportunity to inspire them, to teach them, and that's really an opportunity that we don't want to pass by. The John Glenn of the 21st century will have learned science from the magic school bus. The astronauts of our next generation will imagine themselves in an X-wing fighter or a Terran battle cruiser as they fly off to the stars. And the leaders of the next century will have learned to deal with the citizens of SimCity and Civilization long before they step on the world stage. So I'd like to encourage us to think about our responsibilities as game designers. The children of the next generation are looking to us for leadership, and I think we need to be responsible for the content of our games, for the message and the values that we represent. As Graham Nash said, teach your children well. Feed them on your dreams. The one they choose is the one you'll know by. So for those of you that remember the 70s, thank you. Thank you very much for this honor. It's been a great joy to invent this industry with all of you, and I accept this
in remembrance of the good times that we've had and the support of all people who love computer games. Thank you very much.
Please welcome the president of the Interactive Digital Software Association, Douglas Lowenstein.
Good evening. I have to say that I'm really quite humbled to follow Mr. Miyamoto and Sid Meier. It really doesn't seem quite appropriate, but I'm here, so I'll do the best I can. You know, it's been a pretty rough few weeks for this industry, and I have to say it really feels good to be among people who appreciate the craft and the achievement of interactive entertainment. It really is nice to be among some friends. Interactive Achievement Awards give our industry the opportunity to recognize and honor excellence across the board, the broad spectrum of entertainment software applications. In many homes, this software has a way of bringing parents and children together. The next series of awards will honor home software that can teach children important skills even as it entertains. PC creativity products enhance the creative abilities of their users. Typically, they provide the tools for adults or for children to experiment, to create in a virtual world. In the category of PC Creativity Title of the Year, the finalists are
IBM's Crayola 3D Castle Creator, published by IBM, developed by Gravity. American Greetings Craft Deluxe, published by Broderbund, developed by Broderbund and American Greetings. Barbie Photo Designer, Digital Camera and CD-ROM, published by Mattel, developed by Gorilla. Cosmopolitan Virtual Makeover, The Collection, published by Broderbund, developed by Broderbund and MotionWorks. Printmaster Platinum 7.0 DVD, published by Broderbund, developed by Broderbund.
And the award goes to a tie. IBM's Crayola 3D Castle Creator and Barbie Photo Designer Digital Camera and CD-ROM.
Accepting the award for IBM's Crayola 3D Castle Creator will be Zach Zaidman of Gravity. And accepting the award for Barbie Photo Designer, Digital Camera, and CD-ROM will be Laura Berzins of Mattel and Jonathan Brown of Gorilla Systems.
Hi, I'm Valerie, and I'm representing IBM tonight. And I have to tell you, it is indeed an honor for IBM to have been nominated, and it is a tremendous honor for IBM to have been able to win. And I'd like to thank everyone that was involved in the product. It was truly a collaborative effort. Crayola, our developer Gravity, Andrea Marks, our producer in the New York studio. I accept this on behalf of all of us. Thank you.
Wow. You all know everything that gets poured into developing one of these things, and it really is a big honor to have won. And I want to take this on behalf of the whole team at Gravity. And go Gravity, thank you IBM, thank you Crayola, and thank you all of you tonight.
I'm Jonathan Brown with Gorilla, and I'd like to thank Warren Brown for writing all the code in 8 weeks. And this is Andy Rifkin from Mattel, the creator of the camera, and I'd like to thank him, and now he's going to go thank everybody else.
Thanks. I want to definitely thank the Gorilla Boys, a few people, Tracy Guyman, Cynthia Wall, and Lauren Berzins, although I'm not Lauren Berzins, but Lauren's in there someplace. The great marketing job. Also the great folks at Mattel that really supported it, and also my daughter EJ that inspired it and was my co-creator on Barbie Fashion Designer. So thanks a million.
I have to tell you, those awards are really heavy. So if you're going to win one, be prepared. In the category of PC Children's Entertainment Title of the Year, the finalists are
Barbie Writing Club, published by Mattel Media, developed by Human Code. Blue's Birthday Adventure, published by Humongous, developed by Humongous. Disney Pixar's A Bug's Life action game, published by Disney Interactive, developed by Traveler's Tale. Dr. Brain Thinking Game, IQ Adventure, published by Knowledge Adventure, developed by Knowledge Adventure. Lego Creator, published by Lego Media International, developed by Superscape. Rugrats Adventure Game, published by The Learning Company, developed by The Learning Company. The Starfire Soccer Challenge, published by Stormfront Studios, developed by Purple Moon.
And the award goes to Disney Pixar's A Bug's Life action game.
Accepting the award for Disney Pixar's A Bug's Life action game will be Frank Evers of Disney Interactive and John Burton of Traveler's Tale.
Hi, it's so bright, huh? John Burton couldn't be here, and on behalf of the terrific team at Traveler's Tales, Crunch team that did this in a very short amount of time, I want to thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Just want to say thanks to Kaz Karai and Susan Michelle, Perry Rogers of Sony, John Burton, the rest of the Traveler's Tales team, Dan Winters and Peter Weiss of Disney Interactive, and John Lasseter of Pixar. Thank you.
In the category of PC Family Title of the Year, the finalists are
3D Ultra NASCAR Pinball, published by Sierra Attractions, developed by Dynamics. Looney Tunes Cosmic Capers Animated Jigsaws, published by South Peak Interactive, developed by South Peak Interactive. National Geographic Maps, published by Broderbund and National Geographic Interactive, developed by Broderbund and National Geographic Interactive. Star Wars Behind the Magic, published by LucasArts, developed by LucasArts. The D Show, published by Disney Interactive, developed by Cyberflix.
And the award goes to National Geographic Maps.
Accepting the award for National Geographic Maps will be Bob Madden of National Geographic Interactive.
Thank you very much. We were thinking about producing National Geographic Maps as a first-person shooter game, but it just didn't work out. But I would like to thank all of the thousands of cartographers that worked on this program, our partners in marketing and distribution, Broderbund, and the dedicated staff of National Geographic Interactive. Thank you very much.
Please welcome the General Manager of the Learning Company, Laurie Strand, and from Comedy Central, the star of Win Ben Stein's Money, Ben Stein.
Before I begin with the prompter, let me just tell you a little story. I had my very best friend in the whole world passed away in a rafting tragedy about 3 years ago, and he left behind a 12-year-old son. He was not at all well-to-do, and he was divorced, and the little boy lived pretty much by himself. And I think his life would have been completely ruined after his father died, but he did have a computer, and he did have several video game consoles. And he played them all the time. They were his friends, and he plugged into them and plugged into people all across the country playing video games and computer games. He had a little circle of friends in his small town, Sandpoint in North Idaho, and they talked about their video games, and his whole life became video games, and the connection with the community became through video games, and he decided he was going to become an engineer, and he has now become the best student he ever was in his life because of his love for video games. And I think of this often when I read the criticisms of video games. I'm much older than most of the people in this room, so I remember when the culprit for every social ill was television. Then the culprit for every social ill was rock and roll music. And now the culprit for every social ill is video games and computer games. And what I keep thinking is, there's no evidence whatsoever, of any documented, reputable form from any medical or other source, that video games really are harming young Americans. On the other hand, there is clear evidence before the eyes of any person who cares to look that video games provide sources of amusement, sources of stimulation, sources of connection with the larger community, a source of a subject that binds a child to another child and provides a kind of community, and a community of shared interests, which, as I can see from my 11-year-old son's group of friends, is their primary shared community in the whole world. I keep thinking, how many children live for their video games in the best sense? Gives them something to think about, gives them a goal to work for, gives them something to wake up for in the morning, makes their lives happier and more fulfilled. I cringe when I see people from the interactive game industry acting defensive about computer and video games. I think the evidence is entirely in favor of the proposition that these games have a pro-social and healthy influence, and I wish people from the interactive games industry would stop apologizing for them. And now we'll start with the prompter. The Land of the Dead, film noir, and swing-era jazz are the inspirations for the truly original 6th finalist for Game of the Year. A dramatic and mythical story of crime and corruption set in a surreal world inspired by Mexican folklore. It's a land inhabited by hard-boiled detectives, hard-hearted women, fast cars, and snappy patter. Sounds like Morton's. Anyway, the men wear big hats and everybody smokes. I guess that's not like Morton's. If you're disturbed by the amount of smoking, just remember this is film noir and everybody in the game is already dead. Think about it. Developed and published by LucasArts, our 6th finalist for Game of the Year is Grim Fandango.
Buenos dias.
It was a real breath of fresh air when Grim Fandango came out.
Everybody here is just as dead as you. That's why we call it the Land of the Dead.
It's the best adventure game I've played. The characters are really freaky and interesting, funny.
Manuel, are you in love with her? Love? Love is for the living, sir. I could have walked faster than this.
You've got characters that you love. You've got a storyline that's incredibly interesting. You've got puzzles, which are all good, that are really interesting puzzles. And you've got a game that's just a fantastic adventure game.
It feels like almost a strangely perverted Disney movie.
Ah! Wait! I'm getting out of here. This world's for suckers.
Educational or learning software is one area where the greatest promise of the computer can be fulfilled. The best educational software makes learning an adventure that can be shared by parents and children together. What better way is there for parents and their children to spend real quality time together than in a place where children are learning basic skills in a fun, safe, and productive environment?
Before my quiz show career started on Comedy Central, I taught college students about the political and social content of mass culture at UC Santa Cruz, yay. One of the most interesting areas of mass culture is how we choose to use computers in our homes. These amazing machines can do almost anything, whatever we tell them when we load a software program. And a growing number of families use them to teach and reinforce basic skills.
Quality educational software can make learning an adventure, if not downright fun. The best educational products help children build a knowledge base and learn basic skills that give them a step up in school.
In the category of Educational Title of the Year, ages 0 to 8 years, the finalists are
Blue's Birthday Adventure, Disney's Adventures in Typing with Timon and Pumbaa, published by Disney Interactive, developed by Disney Interactive. Dr. Seuss Preschool, published by The Learning Company, developed by The Learning Company. Elmo's Reading, Preschool and Kindergarten, published by The Learning Company, developed by Children's Television Workshop. Jumpstart Preschool, published by Knowledge Adventure, developed by Knowledge Adventure. Reader Rabbit's Math, ages 6 to 9, published by The Learning Company, developed by The Learning Company.
And the award goes to Jumpstart Preschool.
Accepting the award for Jumpstart Preschool will be Bernadette Gonzalez of Knowledge Adventure.
You're rolling on to Jumpstart Preschool. All aboard, fun and wonder's your reward. You're rolling to a land where learning rules.
Wow, this is a great honor for Jumpstart, and I'm just glad Shigeru doesn't have any titles in our category tonight. So thank you. And also I just want to thank our great team, Matt Engel, producer, who's here tonight, and all the great people back at Knowledge Adventure in Glendale. Again, a great honor for us. Thank you.
In the category of Educational Title of the Year, ages 9 to 16 years, the finalists are
Journey into the Brain, published by Morphonics, developed by Morphonics. Jumpstart Adventures, 6th grade, published by Knowledge Adventure, developed by Knowledge Adventure and Human Code. National Geographic Maps, Star Wars Droid Wars, published by Lucas Learning, developed by Lucas Learning. Think and Science Zap, published by Edmark, developed by Edmark.
And the award goes to Think and Science Zap.
Accepting the award for Think and Science Zap will be Chuck Billow of Edmark.
On behalf of the development team at Edmark, this is incredible. Thank you.
This is a tremendous surprise and honor, and we're really excited about it, and an opportunity to say to all of you gamers, as a 20 years school teacher and another 16-year educational software developer, the edge that you push forward all the time, we borrow pieces of and use to help kids learn. So keep doing it. Thank you so much.
Please welcome from CBS's Martial Law, the lovely and lethal Kelly Hu, and co-star of the NBC television comedy series Jessie, Bruno Campos.
How you doing?
Hi, good evening. I'm fine.
Two of the most competitive award categories, populated by some of the most hardcore gamers, are PC action and PC strategy.
This is the world of gamers' games. These are for games for people that stay up night after night, 36 hours on end, forgetting to eat and sometimes shower. I know this because I went to college, and it often happened to me with games like SimCity, Pirates, Warcraft, most recently Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, and of course the all-time favorite, Civ 2.
Just games?
Oh yeah, just games. Are you flirting with me?
Sorry, the best games.
Oh my God. Okay.
Just checking.
All right.
The best games in these categories challenge the game player physically, intellectually, and emotionally. Realistic graphics, sounds, and gameplay add to the experience, but it is kind of hard to be realistic when the game takes place in a mythical, supernatural, or science fiction locale.
Okay. All right. In the category PC Strategy Game of the Year, the finalists are
Caesar 3, published by Sierra Studios, developed by Impressions Games. Close Combat 3, The Russian Front, published by Microsoft, developed by Atomic Games. Mech Commander, published by Microprose, developed by Microsoft. Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. SimCity 3000, published by Electronic Arts, developed by Electronic Arts Maxis.
okay, and the winner is Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri.
Accepting the award for Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri will be Bing Gordon of Electronic Arts and Brian Reynolds of Firaxis Games.
Thank you very much. We're very flattered to receive this award. I think everyone here is aware of how much blood, sweat, and tears goes into any kind of computer game. I can certainly speak for myself in saying I've never worked harder on a game than this. So I'd like to thank my partner Sid Meier for teaching us all of his game design secrets, my partner Jeff Briggs for founding Firaxis and making this all possible, and to everyone at Electronic Arts and at Firaxis Games who poured blood, sweat, and tears into this game. Thank you very much.
So, Brian, don't go away. I think Brian's about 14 years younger than Sid. So by my estimation, the 16th annual IDSA Hall of Fame Award, Brian, you're in the running. Thanks a lot.
Now, in the category of PC Action Game of the Year, the finalists are
Half-Life, Star Siege Tribes, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, published by Red Storm Entertainment, developed by Red Storm Entertainment. Unreal, published by GT Interactive, developed by Epic Games and Digital Extremes.
And the award goes to Half-Life.
Accepting the award for Half-Life will be Dave Dranutsky of Sierra Studios and Gabe Newell of Valve.
This award really is for all the gamers. It's for the people who told us what they wanted in an action game. It's for all the fan sites who supported us during a very long development cycle. And it's for all the playtesters who refused to let us ship until we got all the wrong bits right. This really is for all you guys, and thank you very much.
And we want to thank you for encouraging us at Sierra not to ship too early. So thanks a lot. Congratulations.
Please welcome Grammy Award-winning multi-platinum recording artist, actor, and composer, Coolio.
Hi, I'm Coolio with the Flow, and I'm a gamer. The 7th finalist for Game of the Year starts out as just another day at the office until your experiment blows up in your face. What are you left with? Aliens coming through the walls, a military death squad killing everything in sight, and your colleagues in bits and pieces. Featuring incredibly intelligent adversaries, 32-player internet multiplayer capability, great graphics and sound that makes incredible gameplay all the more real. The last finalist for Game of the Year, published by Sierra Studios and developed by Valve, is the amazing and terrifying Half-Life.
They did some very, very clever things with scripted sequences and events that were triggered to go off just as you would enter a specific area. And amazingly, this was really preempting stuff that other games promised that they would be doing next year. And Half-Life came along and did it, a year early.
You just get sucked right into a world, and it's when that world goes horribly awry that you realize you're in for just a roller coaster ride.
Many of them are cursing Valve's name as a result of what they've actually achieved in this game, because it raised the bar so significantly higher than anything else before it.
The graphics are amazing, and they kind of draw you into this believable world and immerse the player into it, and it's amazing. I mean, we gave it an 11 out of 10.
I think I should be mad at somebody because I don't got one of those. The final PC award of the evening is PC Game of the Year. This is an overall award given to the game which is selected by the Academy Active, Creative, Technical, and Active Business membership to be the one which stands above all others released during the award period. I will not read a list of nominees because all PC games that were finalists in all the PC game categories are finalists for this award. The PC Game of the Year award goes to, and I know somebody's gonna be real happy about this. And when you win your award, you should give me a free game or something too. Half-Life.
Accepting the award for Half-Life will be Dave Dranutsky of Sierra Studios and Gabe Newell of Valve.
Give him a game. If you'd told Mike and I when we started Valve that we'd be sharing a stage with Mr. Meyer and Mr. Miyamoto for our first game, we probably would have said some things that would have got our industry in more trouble with the mainstream press than it already is. But I was thinking about what we would say if we were to win this award. And as I was walking around E3 looking at everything that people are doing, seeing D.I.C.E and Ultimate Ascension and Black and White, I was thinking that what we could say for ourselves probably is generally true for everybody in our industry, which is, we may be doing good so far, but I don't think you've seen anything yet. So, good luck to all of us, and thank you very much.
And at Sierra, I just want to thank everybody at Valve for helping make this one of the greatest years for us, and we're looking forward to another one with all the great things that are coming with Team Fortress 2. Thanks a lot. And I think we have a game for Coolio.
Please welcome the creator of Populous and the creator of the Interactive Achievement Award-winning Dungeon Keeper, Peter Molyneux, together with the designer of the Interactive Achievement Award-winning Age of Empires, Bruce Shelley.
Unfortunately, I've completely lost my voice, so Bruce is going to go all the talking. I'm sure that's a great relief to an awful lot of people.
And we're only one day into E3, and he's lost his voice. The final award of the evening is Game of the Year. Big one. This award represents the combined consensus of the Academy's voting members for the one interactive product out of all categories, all platforms, all genres, which represents the best of the year. In order to become Game of the Year, a nominee would have to pass through 2 rounds of voting by Academy members. Preliminary round narrowed the field to 7 titles you have seen tonight. From this outstanding group, Academy members have selected the award recipient. The finalists for the Game of the Year are Half-Life, developed by Valve, published by Sierra Studios. Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri, developed by Firaxis, distributed by Electronic Arts. Grim Fandango, developed and published by LucasArts. The Legend of Zelda, the Ocarina of Time, developed by Nintendo Limited, published by Nintendo for the Nintendo 64. Banjo-Kazooie, developed by Rare, published by Nintendo. Metal Gear Solid, developed by Konami Computer Entertainment Japan, published by Konami for the Sony PlayStation. Star Wars Rogue Squadron, developed by LucasArts and Factor 5, published by LucasArts for the Nintendo 64. And the Game of the Year is... Would you like to try and read this?
Well, I'll try and read it. We all kind of guessed what it might be. It is, in fact, Zelda. No surprises.
Accepting the award for Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time will be Shigeru Miyamoto.
Thank you very much. This is Mr. Takashi Tezuka. He's been working very closely with me since Super Mario Brothers. And also he directed some of those sequels. Including him. More than 50 creators who are involved at the Legend of Zelda project. I am honored and pleased to receive this award. Thank you very much.
Please welcome once again the President of the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences, Jim Charney.
On behalf of the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences, I would like to thank everyone for joining us this evening for the 2nd Annual Interactive Achievement Awards. Before we end the evening, I would like to invite all the finalist companies and all studio personnel involved in creating each of the wonderful finalist products to rise, and please let's give them all a huge round of applause for their tremendous work. Good night. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next year at the 3rd Annual Interactive Achievement Awards. Good night.